be able to see your toes on the other side if you're looking down. The other thing we talk about is grip. We always pull double overhand. I don't care how heavy it is. If it's a max effort or a sub-maximal effort, it's always double overhand. If we can't pull it, we go to a hook grip. Hook grip is an Olympic lifting technique where you wrap your thumb around the bar and then you pin your fingers on top of that thumb. It's very painful, but you get used to it, and it's something that's a lot safer for the biceps. On that supinated grip at the end, especially as you get heavier. I mean, there's so many powerlifters, strongman guys that tear their biceps because think about it. Remember back to our assessment this morning when I asked you to get in that computer position, right? And I asked you to reach overhead and you couldn't. Same thing is true for the bicep. If I'm in this position here and I'm pulling up weight, I'm just putting so much stress on that insertion and origin, okay? So very few of those guys have good posture. There'd be less stress here, but there's still a ton of stress. There's even more stress if you're here, okay? So if we're lacking upper back mobility, if we're lacking good posterior tilt of that scapula, if we're lacking good posture, okay, the bicep is really susceptible to injury. So we pull double overhand. And like I said, as it gets heavier, we'll go to hook grip. I'll show you guys the hook grip as well, or Brad will show you. So the first thing he wants to do is he's going to grab the bar and, about shoulder width apart. Your hands will always be on the outside of your legs unless you're pulling sumo. Okay, so he's conventional right now. He's going to go down, grab the meat of the bar on the knurling. And I like to tell my guys to catch their air up here. Remember we talked about air sets everything, sets the stability. Because when he gets down in the hole, go ahead and slide down. He's going to have a hard time because if you're a little overweight and you have a belly or something, that's going to be pressing on your quads. You won't be able to distend it and get a good belly breath. So he's going to pull his hips up. He's going to take a big belly breath and push his abdomen out. And what they're showing now for good core stability, you should be able to push out in all directions, even posteriorly. Okay, if you have good stability and good firing of that inner core. The inner core fires first. Okay, we can talk about the inner core later, but he's going to grab here, set his air. He's going to slide his hips down and arch his back. What happens? His knees translated forward. Remember that 4-inch gap that we put between ourselves and the bar? That is our buffer. That allows us to shift our hips in, which is exactly what we want. If my shins are right on the bar, I'm not going to be able to drop those hips the way I want to with that neutral posture. And that's a better starting position for people who lack mobility. Staying off the bar a little bit and then dropping the hips. So he's going to grab, take his air. When he comes down, he neutralizes everything. It can be a little rounded here. Catches his air, he neutralizes. Look at that. Pulls it in, heads in line. That's where we want. Dowel rod, right there. Okay? Perfect position. First thing he does when he gets his abdomen or his belly breath, drives his hips down, he tensions the lats. Okay, stand right up. How do you tension the lats? You pull the slack out of the bar.